Welcome back, my people. This is 30,000 miles, and this is Dimeji Sodeke in the building. And I've got my brother again, Kevwe precisely, Today is going to be an interesting program. But before we proceed, do you know you're on Jambo Radio Scotland, as usual? And today, we're going to be diverging into some deep topic. K, I think you should chip in.
How you doing, folks? Welcome. Bless you, my people. It's another Tuesday from the sunny side of the west of Scotland, and my name is Kay. And Dimeji was just getting so excited because honestly, today's topic is really very exciting. We can't wait to jump in and just hit it and get it running. And we have another person in the studio who's going to be joining us today. Very wonderful brother, Baron, the bad guy. Baron the Prince, Baron on the beat, Baron, everything Baron.
Baron the Nigerian Prince.
Everything bad and everything Baron is this guy.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah. I really need the camera to zoom on him so you understand that he is the one to divert deep into this topic. You understand? Because we need to bring a brother.
Wait, is he just, he's giving the eyes?
We need to bring,
yes, giving the eyes already.
We need to bring the brother and the player to come divert into this topic, So what's today's topic? We want to.
Well, welcome to today's topic. Today's topic, we're talking about the dating culture. Like, it's people have been clamoring, like, let's hear something. We've been hearing a lot. Talk about dating. Let's know what's up with dating. And it's pretty interesting that today's going to be really exciting. There are a lot of things we're going to talk about, a lot of things we're going to tell you, and a lot of things you are going to know. So basically, we're going to jump in right now. But before jumping, I just have a small story I want to tell. Like, I remember when I was coming here, and I had a whole lot of friends back in Nigeria who were telling me, bro, what's on your bucket list? Number one, hit a white lady, like, hit it and give us feedback. So immediately like 2 weeks after, bro, you don't run out, because it's just always that. I don't know if it's a fantasy, like it's just one thing on every black African their mind, like I want to have a taste of a white girl.
Well, I don't know for the ladies, but I think you're right for the men. And there is this fantasy also built, which I know from the white women and the men as well. They just want to try out this.
Is it all of them? Because if the women want to always try out, why have they not? They would have been trying me out every week. I don't get.
Maybe they've tried. You don't know.
Brian, do you get weekly tryouts?
Well, I'm a DJ, yeah. So whenever I have a set, I always have I always get the eye or I always get noticed most times.
So you get the eye.
Yeah,
so did you pick it from there when you get the eye, or you just?
You mean at the club they just do like this for you? We're gonna meet.
Yeah. They could buy you drinks, try to approach you.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just show you signs. Yeah, but
I got my eyes on you.
And have you also taken that further? Not just eyes. Have you represented the country well?
Yeah, but most times I'm not interested.
So you're failing your community, actually. Honestly, you're failing it. A lot of Nigerians, you're failing us, because as Nigerians we represent. And like my friends tell me, say, bro, you're not just representing yourself, you're representing the whole of your community. So when you're going there, you have to deliver, give a good impression. So back to it. Let's hit it. So Brian, what does it feel like when you go on a date? Because there's this natural thing, like it happened to I was discussing with a friend, and he told me something. In Nigeria, when you're going out with a girl, it's only normal. You pay for everything. You take her out, like all expense. You're taking the girl out from the Uber. You're paying her Uber to meals, to everything she's eating. Sometimes she even comes with her friends, and you have to take care of the friends, and you have to do takeaways and everything, and the girl is just there eating everything. And sometimes you might not even have so much. You might be drinking water and she's eating the big chicken and everything. But how does it feel when you come here and you notice? Because my friend said the first they came here, he took a girl out. They went out, and after they had all the meals and everything, they brought the bill, and the girl was like, "We're gonna split the bill," and he's like, "What? Are you for real?" So he was like, "No, it's like, no, that's all right." So what do you think? Because I feel that thing is a Nigerian thing. A lot of Nigerian girls, they have this entitlement mentality. So let's start from there. What do you think about black girls having entitlement mentality when it comes to dating?
Well, first, the culture here is different, yeah. So normally back home, when you are out with a girl, you are paying for everything. If you drive, you pick her up first. Then you go out to eat, you pay whatever it is, movies, you are eating, you are paying for everything, yeah. But here, what you have to do is just pick where you meet the girl, yeah. You're not paying for Uber or taxi, whatever it is. You just meet her there, you two sit down, you talk, you eat, whatever it is. And at the end, she might even offer to
pay the bill.
Yeah, pay the bill or even half the bill, Yeah, but you going there, you being a Nigerian, yeah, or being the typical African man, you are expecting you think that you're going to pay everything, yeah.
Well, to be honest, to chip in this, I met a Zimbabwe girl. Then she was my girlfriend, and for the first time in my life, we grew up in Nigeria. We grew up with this mentality of you gotta provide for your woman and your girlfriend. So it's like a normal dating culture I grew up with. So I remember back then in Egypt, we were just coming back from the Cairo market. So we got down, we wanted to buy some stuff, and I insisted on paying. She said, no, I can pay for myself. She was literally almost fighting with me. I can pay for myself. But I said, I'm not going to feel like a man if you and I walk through the supermarket and you pay. Like, it's an insult on me. And that's the truth. I grew up that way. I feel a woman paying while we work together is more of me trying to hide under the fact that I am stingy or I'm not man enough. And it is wrong. The lady insisted that she's going to pay and everything. And she said something like, in my country, men don't do this. We almost cater for everything. I said, no. In my country, you feel like a useless man. If a woman take care of your bill, we even make jest of such a man.
But you won't blame us. Because you won't blame us. The thing is the position where the women put us. Because a lot of women have come online. Sometimes I scroll my Instagram feed and I see women mocking men who they go out on dates with who are not able to get stuff for them.
And it's ridiculous.
It's very ridiculous because that's the problem. A lot of women have that mentality, honestly.
I see most times the women use that against us, like to make it like an ego thing. Yeah, if you can't pay my bills, you can't pay for this, then you can't be with me. And
that is not working anymore. Yeah. Because if you look at the way things are going right now, we've come to understand that even as friends now, before moving to dating, as friends, if you are the one always making the commitment alone, I feel used. You feel used, sorry. Yeah. You feel used. I'm always taking from you. You feel used. Sometimes, no matter how little it is, we really want to be appreciated. Now, they have this, what is it called? Patronage, I should say. They do. It's on your birthday now. They will now do one surprise.
Dimeji, we don't even want little again. We don't even want little again because the women are taking advantage of that fact that they are giving men boxers and singlet all the time and are expecting big stuffs. A lot of women expect stuffs. Like, I was watching a comedy skit and the guy gave the woman a set of pants and I was like, what the hell is this? Because women are expecting so much because the truth is, the women will blame the men. That is a society. The men put them in a society where they feel women are less inferior to men. The men will want to blame the women too for putting so much pressure on them. It's just the way the society built us. In a way where you feel, a woman will feel she does not have to pay for anything when it comes to being with a man. And they will go out and say, even if you can't pay for my meal of 10,000, 15,000, can you even take? And that's the criteria, because a woman wants to date a man right now. A black woman wants to date a man. They are not even looking out for the fact that, okay, is this person somebody I can fall in love with? Is this person somebody who I like? Is this person who I can communicate?
Love seems to be something that is faded in our culture.
The first thing they look out for is, can this man take care of my bills? Honestly, that's just the first thing.
Have you ever had a woman ask you how much you make? Like, how much you make in a year?
Jesus. I don't think I've come across that, but I've come across one who was stylishly telling me it was my net worth because I sold out my first book and stuff. So she was trying to come close and asking me what could be my net worth. I don't disclose my net worth even to my family because I know the danger at it. So all I just do is, when you have an issue, I weigh the issue. If it's not a serious issue, I don't put my mind in. We'll pray. We know how to pray.
Let's pray about it.
Just pray.
No, but the truth is that women do a lot of assessment when it comes to your finances and settling with you. But here, white women don't do that.
Definitely.
They don't care. Once they are in love with you, they're in love. But you see black women, Nigerian especially. I was dating a girl, true story, sometime in 2020. I actually wanted to get married to this girl. Fact, I wanted to get married to the girl because it was somebody I liked. She had the shape because I'm an ass man. I like all that. So
all the Christians online, please just anoint.
So she had all the, everything I liked in her and everything. So we started dating. But I didn't want her to see that I was somebody who had so much money. Because then I had a lot of money. I had businesses in Nigeria and I had money coming from everywhere. But I didn't want to make it look like I had money because I wanted somebody who would say, okay, I like this person because it's K, not because he can provide for me. Because I've been in a lot of messy relationships where women always want to take advantage of that
Definitely.
fact. So I was dating a girl. She asks me for money. Like, babe, I need money. I want to do this, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, money. I'm like, okay. I have the money right now. But I tell her, okay, can you give him from now to next week? Let me see how I can come up with the money. I personally just delay that fact. She gives me a reaction. Oh, it was time sensitive. She waits. I delay. I do a whole lot of that. And at some point, the relationship broke off.
Yeah.
When the relationship broke off, it didn't work out again. So after a while, I was really pissed. So after a while, I said, okay, let's talk. What really happened? Why did you decide you were not going to date me anymore? And she said, first of all, she didn't think I was financially capable of getting married.
And this is someone whose net worth is not even smiling. It's not up. That's the anointing.
This is someone who earns like, to be honest with you, she earns like roughly like 140 pounds in a month. If you convert from the Nigerian exchange rate, she earns like 140 in a month. Which that is not even up to what I earn in a night if I want to go to work. And she was like, I don't think you can. I said, okay, why? Why do you feel I'm not financially capable? She said, first of all, anytime I ask you for money, I notice you're always laid back. You try to go and hustle the money. Yes, I appreciate the fact that you try to see how you can meet my needs. But I think it's a lot of finance. My needs are financial burden on you.
This will lead me to throw this question open because I wanted to ask about the parents' responses while you're dating. We're still coming to that. Now let's still stay on this terrain of hiding and honesty. There is a culture dating in Africa that you have to hide your net worth from your woman, even though you love her. Why? Because you know that when women know your worth, they try to,
take advantage of the fact, yeah.
And here, is it the same, or you're free to open your net worth to your woman, or is still the same culture to you, Baron?
Well, I would say it's different, I would say it's different because your woman here is going to know what you do. Even if you don't tell her how much you earn, she would likely calculate that by herself and then know that he probably earns between 30 to 40,000 in a year. Yeah. But back home, the salary back home is not it's not uniform. Let me that same. Yeah. So someone can be working at the bank somewhere else is getting 300k in a month, and then you have another guy in another bank entirely same position in like 200.
So naturally, does it really count? Your net worth, does it really count, or girls are just the same everywhere?
No, it doesn't count. Let me try. It doesn't count because why I say it doesn't count. There was this girl I was shy. We're talking. We're really cool, and she told me once. That was then I knew white girls don't really care about your money. They don't care. We're talking. We got cool, and she was like, there was a day she was like, she needs about 30 pounds to complete her rent, and she has to pay the rent, and she needs like 30 pounds. She was just telling me. So when she was leaving, I slipped 30 pounds into her purse because to me it was 30 pounds is nothing, small money. I slipped into her purse. So she was going, and then she noticed the money, and she called me and said, "Did you put money in my purse?" I was like, "Yes." I said, "Use it to complete your rent." She was like, "Oh, thank you very much. Don't worry. When I get my wages, I'll pay you back." I was like, "No, you don't have to." Do you know when she got paid, she brought back the money to me? And I was there. No, it's all no. She said no. You're working. That's your hard-earned money. You don't need to give it to me.
Let me add something too. Someone was telling me yesterday that is the reason why domestic violence is on the high in Africa, because of the position women place themselves. They place themselves in the position where they they don't have the financial liberation to actually say they can express their nature precisely.
And the culture in Africa, men are seen as the providers and the protectors. Yeah, that's probably what they call traditional men. And then the traditional women are just have to depend on the men for everything, for money, for the protection, for basically everything.
It's even funny that even the so-called feminists, the one who shouts women liberation, feminism, they still depend on men's money. I'm like, I told myself, you are a feminist. Why are you looking for a man's money? You want to claim feminism?
You see those ones, yeah. They want the good things from being a feminist, and the good thing from being
from being an independent woman. You cannot have it
from
all.
being a traditional woman. Yeah. so you want the man to spend on you to take care of you like he's taking care of a traditional woman, but you still want the benefits of.
Well, the feminism now is just more like a movement that you need to join in order for you to be seen as an elite woman. That's what I just see as feminism now, because there are lots of faction in feminism that you don't really want to jump to calling yourself a feminist. I believe in womanism, though. That is a talk for another day.
Have you not seen the leader of the feminist movement? She's pregnant for her second child now. I like us feminists. What's happening? You are getting pregnant.
Oh, jeez. If you're just joining us, this is Jambo Radio, and we have an interesting guest in the building. His name is Baron. We call him Baron, the Prince of Nigeria. We've been talking about the dating culture, the interracial dating are the questions we are going to divulge next. The dating culture here, from where we grew as Nigeria, the perception we have is different from here. So we want to divulge and, juxtapose between the perspectives. So this question to you, to us in the house right now, let's talk about the parents' responses about you telling your parent that, okay, Mom, I'm dating Tracy and I really want to take things serious with Tracy. And Tracy or Becky is a Scottish. You know your dad. Before you left, your dad was telling you, bring on, please, in all you do not bring a white girl to this house. I said, Daddy, I promise. But now you're in love with Tracy. So let's talk about parents' responses and how people or you might even have a personal experience as regards that.
Yeah, my experience here is like my dad is open to me being with a Scottish girl or a white girl generally, but my mom on the other hand, my mom, the Christian mother, she's like, she's open to the idea, but she still prefers, the typical African woman,
pretty,
Yeah.
She wants the submissive, because the truth is that every African parents, they want their child, their sons, to have that woman who can now come to their house and cook and help them in the kitchen and do a lot of stuff for them and all that, But they feel. The truth is, white women are fantastic. I've seen white women who do stuffs. Honestly, I've seen white women who are homely. Sometimes because we have the lot who are not like that, we tend to want to generalize. I've actually seen one of my friends who's married to a white woman. We go to her house. She makes jollof rice for us, and we eat. And she's like, "Are you?" And I said, "This is homely." So you have women who are homely, but the bulk of the white women are, because we have this perception. There's this general perception from Africans, if you marry, you born bondage you. Now you go to cook, now you go to wash plate. That there's that general perception. So a lot of our parents back home are already stuck with that mindset. So the moment you say it's a white woman, they're like, you are lost.
Hey, Pastor.
And they start turning to prayer point.
Pastor Bannon is lost. Let me pray.
And they lift you up in church. You go to church and they say, raise the picture of your son. They are raising your picture. They say, oh Lord, deliver my son. Deliver.
And again, you know the whole black community. Yeah, they try to keep the black men with the black women that have the time. So once they see like a black man with a white girl, they're like, we've lost a brother.
We lost the brother.
But to be honest with you, I've actually never dated a white woman, but I've actually seen friends who have dated white women, and honestly, to some extent, I don't envy them. To a very large extent, I do not envy them.
Why do you say so?
Because I see a lot of things they go through. First of all, from my observation, not personal experiences, from what I've observed, black women, Africans, are more submissive than even though they are open to domestic violence and everything, but they tend to be more submissive. First of all, because of their background. But the black women here who are here, still, I find some who are still submissive because of probably their parents who have instilled some form of values in them. But you see, the white ladies, love, I feel they love more. But sometimes that love tends to be very toxic. Because it gets to the extreme.
And they become obsessed. And in that obsession, they tend to
I've seen a friend who's dating a white lady. The white girl sent him a message. He doesn't respond. She sends him another message in the space of 2 minutes. She doesn't respond. She calls him like twice. He doesn't respond. And the next thing, she's sending a voice note going off on her. You're with another woman. You're this, you're that. Like, and bro, we're together. We're playing video game. So there's this. They get to, you see that obsession. But if it's an African woman, sometimes I go out. I'm married to a Nigerian woman. I could go out all night and she calls me and I don't respond. She won't go off and say, it's probably cheating or doing something.
Are you sure that's not an issue about personality?
Yeah, it has to.
Is it a personality issue? Yeah. I feel because I've experienced it with more than one person. So I feel it's just a thing where
there is also something I noticed. I'm sorry for cutting you. I tend to observe people. I tend to observe each time I see, black folks together, either, and I tend to see, if I see a black person, get married to a white, either ways, either gender, either the female is black one, I tend to juxtapose, and I notice that sometimes they are always having this countenance of, worrying. They don't want to talk, but you know when you see someone that is happy, I'm married, he's married, you see, we are here, but sometimes you see them and you just see them, they just have some kind of strange countenance, and you don't want to probe, because once you are married, once you see someone, this is marital issue. I don't know whether you've observed. Once you see a man, you can deduce if this is financial issue or this is a marital issue.
No, that's where man speak to man understand, because you see that, okay, this guy is worried. This guy is really worried. Because you see that look on their face. In as much as they have that worrying look, I must also say they have the feeling of superiority too. You see a black man walking with a white girl feels he's on, especially if he sees other black men around, he feels he's on top of the world.
Yeah.
Really?
Exactly. Yes. Especially when they hang out, like we're all hanging out, everybody's there with probably their different black girlfriends, and a black guy comes, your black brother comes with a white girl. He feels like
he's won the prize.
I'm going with the white one.
And you know how we Nigerians are, we like to show off
He puts
our women. You get,
but that's colo mentality.
No, but that's the Nigerian. Every Nigerian man wants to show off his woman. That's the problem. That's the thing. In case you're just joining us, it's 3,000 miles, and we're talking about a very interesting topic, interracial dating culture, and you're still locked on to Jambo Radio Scotland. You can actually stream Jambo Radio live on our website, www.jamboradio.co.uk, or we are also on smart speakers, and you can also catch us on our apps on iOS and on Android, and follow us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter at Jambo Radio Scotland. Yeah, you're welcome back. And this is 3,000 miles, the African experience, where we'll talk about all things immigration. We go hit it hard. And in case you're just joining us, I will say peace be unto you. You've missed a lot, but there's still more to come. So before we're on break, we're talking about having this mentality when it comes to dating, having this superior mentality for a black man dating a white woman. And Baron, you were saying something about men showing off their women.
Yeah, generally back home, I know about the south and the east of Nigeria. We like to show off our women. Like, you want guests to come to your house. Yeah, your mom will cook for the whole gang. You eat. You want people to see.
The one we call our wife.
Yeah, our wife. Yeah. All of that.
And she must wear something nice.
Yeah, so exactly.
But the truth is, I see a lot of people only show off their women when she's pretty.
Yeah, of course.
And they're like, have you seen my girl? She's here with me. Have you seen my girl?
Have you seen my girl?
Like everybody like, Baba, not be letting you get girl.
That's when they will be planning more joint. Let's meet for this joint. Me and my babe go.
And they actually always come late. So that because the ones that have the fine girls, they come very late. So when the girl is working, I did it once. I had this girl. She was like a trophy girlfriend for me. She was way beyond. I would say she was way beyond my league, but I had to. I don't know how. It was Grace. I had Grace. So we're dating, and almost she was so fine. She had this smart ass shape and everything. So what we do is, I make sure I always go everywhere with her. I'm like, I have a party next week. What do you want to wear? I get her clothes. Like she wears it for me, and I thought, oh, this is nice. Wear this, and we are going late. And when we're entering, she's always in front. I'm always behind.
So you just
know that kind of thing. Like, when a girl walks in alone, and they are first of all they are looking at her.
This is the same thing Kanye West got himself into.
Exactly.
Trophy play.
And they'll be looking at her like, who's this girl with? Who's this girl with? Who's the next thing? Just see the scruffy looking man coming from behind and she's holding the waist. And baby, let's go. Like, bro. So it's just normal.
Yeah, I think it's a thing that boosts a man's ego.
It puts
because naturally you really want. I don't care about how I look, but compliment my women and say, God, that babe. Like, yeah, no, I get eyes now. I sabi something way better now.
You carry your two. I go market.
Yeah. So this next question is a puzzling one. I observed something, Baron, that I don't want to overgeneralize, but with me and my babe that is black, our African, let me put, sometimes we have issues, but we will solve them. But you have someone who is dating a white person and you just find out, and this is something that is so scary to most people that don't want to engage in interracial, relationship. You just hear court issue, divorce, all this kind of stuff. Like the baby's dragging the guy to court and they want to, everything you've all done while you're in love, you want to split now, want to sell that house and everything. I'm like, come on, don't issues get resolved? So I want to talk about dating and, conflict resolution, most especially when you have a relationship with the white ladies. Well, what do you think about that compared to us,
Well, I'll say, back home, our women are more open to resolving issues in the home. So they'll hardly, whatever happens in the house, whatever it is, they'll say, you they hang your pants outside. That kind of phrase. So they will not take that thing outside. You're not going to put it in the public domain. But here, nobody really cares. Yeah. You messed up. Yeah, it's out there. You're taking it to court.
But is it something you can relate with? Like, to you, is it something you can put up yourself with?
No. As long as it's not something that is really terrible, yeah, you can be settled in the house. But if it's something really bad, you've broken the law, yeah, it's fine. Take it to court. But if it's something that, you just had a little misunderstanding,
Okay. Let's dive deep into how many marriages will survive if the same temperament Baron just spoke about now is what our African women have.
No, the thing is one thing with African women is one thing with African marriages we always have. It's good in a way. To a very large extent, it has its own pros and cons. We have the feeling of what would these people say.
Exactly.
We always put the community are always on our backs. Like, if I'm married and the next 1 month or 2 months I'm breaking up, what would they say about me? So that's why I say a lot of people have to bear a lot of things, and it has its own advantages because you see this thing they call marriage and relationship. It's dynamic.
Very
very dynamic. It changes. I'll be very honest with you. I use myself as a very practical example. When I got married, honestly, we had this impression of marriage that, marriage is very interesting when you get married. Even when I was getting married, the pastor preached for my marriage, preached a message. And I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, I'm going to call that pastor. And I'll tell him, what you told me was wrong. And so I was like, why? Because he preached a message. I can never forget that message. It's called that message, The Twilight of Marriage. He said, marriage is usually sweet during the twilight. Like, during the dawn. He said the dawn and the twilight. That was him. He said when there's the dawn, he said the dawn is not really bright, it's not really dark. So you can't see things clearly. So at that point, you don't see faults. When you're married, you don't care. She does anything, you don't see it as a fault. He said, but when there's the daybreak of the marriage, everything comes to the light. So you start seeing every mistake. For me, for some people, maybe people are different. For me, it didn't work that way for me. When I got married to my wife, I'll be honest with you, after the first 1 month, I told myself, I don't want to get married again. I can't. Because it was not what I expected. I was you're expecting that everything is always rosy. You wake up in the morning, you are in bed, you're eating breakfast, you're holding hands, you're walking, you're all romantic, all lovey-dovey and everything. God. But it was totally different because I realized that myself and my wife, we had totally different views on marriage. Our views was east and west, so far off.
But you have to bring
but imagine if I was dating somebody who was white. There might not be that patience to now, let's meet halfway. And we'll just say, this thing is not working. Because I noticed that the white ladies don't have patience to really stay in a relationship. They don't, because they feel there are a lot of men out there. So once they feel it's not working, I can't make it work. Let's move ahead. So you see, that's why there's a lot of break up, calling the popo and everything. So
a digression, please. A digression.
Yeah.
This is the digression. I read a quote recently that we men, what has really happened to us? We've actually beat down our standards. There was a time society valued virginity. We would say, I will not get married to anybody who has who's not a virgin. But now we don't even care. We want to get married to someone else's baby mama. So at that point, what is really happening to the value in dating, in love culture? What is really happening to us men? What is it that we really crave for now that we don't care where we get it from? What is that thing that's so jamming? Now we don't care whichever race it comes from, however the lady's past has been. What is that thing that's so jamming?
No, the thing is, society has evolved, and due to a lot of exposure, because a lot of people because there's this African mentality, which is it cut across board. But as you tend to travel and being exposed, you tend to break free from that African mentality. But there are a lot of people who haven't broken free from that African mentality. A perfect scenario is this. Let me give you this case. I met a black girl. I saw this girl is not bad. I like her. Let me see how I can probably have one or two with her. I met her here in Scotland. So I felt, okay, this one should have that African mentality. We got talking and we exchanged numbers. And after like 1 week, she's calling me and telling me, please, I need £100. I said, madam, you leave Africa alone now. So you see that African mentality. So, but that is the mentality a lot of men are instilled with that. If the woman is not a virgin, if she's not homely, if she does not come from a Christian background, blah, blah, and all that.
Baron, won't you agree with me that we always go to the market with our grocery list?
Yeah.
What we want to get.
Yeah.
So when we want to go out there and say, I want to have a woman for myself, we're not going to have some kind of qualities we want to watch out for, and some to compromise. What do you think about that?
But first, when the desirable is not available, the available now becomes a desirable. Okay. And again, generally, I think half the time men are, shamed for having standards.
Now?
Yeah.
Men are shamed for having standards?
Yeah.
No, I don't feel men are shamed for having standards.
And that is what is making this dude become popular. This dude that started this Osler Success University. The guy is saying that, why will you get married when I have 19 girlfriends? You go back to her and say, I love you. What a boring thing. Go and make money and everything. I'm just trying to pitch my things with both of you.
The thing is, men don't get shamed for having standards. The problem is, men have double standards.
I mean, there's double standards for everyone. The double standards favors everyone.
No, but it's been hypocritical as a man when you are you want to date someone and you have that double standard. Perfect example. Every man wants that decent, homely woman looking,
But still want to go to the club
and
have a girlfriend.
When you go on Instagram and you are liking all the girls twerking on Instagram and you're on their DMs.
The Kenyan print.
Exactly. The Kenyan print is always and you're like on their DMs. Can I know you? Can I know you? Like, if you know this is what you like, why didn't you marry something like that I put in your house? You marry one holy hair tying sister wearing all covered up and you're out there chasing the ones looking all sexy and everything.
But men and women value different things when it comes to marriage. Yeah? And again, men will always be attracted to what they see. What you see at the moment might not be what you want. Yeah.
Or what you need.
Or what you need. But because that's what you see at the moment, you might.
But you know that's that's an African thing, because I've seen white people, they don't care who they date. You see white people, I've seen white people, they date porn stars, and they're happy.
Yeah, there's even a musician
They
had a son with a porn star.
They don't even care.
Yeah, it's our favorite. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. You should know who I'm talking about already.
I don't know.
He has a son. That's Drake, man.
But they don't. They are dating. They will date a white person will date a porn star, and they will happily flaunt them on social media, and tell you.
And he will take her to location.
And they will tell her that's her job.
He will take her to the location.
But you see an African man. You met an African man will date a girl. She's even wearing something sexy. You're looking at her and you're going out and telling her, madam, you will change. This is your clothes. It's too open.
And that's the kind of person that you lap when you go and eat pepper soup with your friends, yes, right? Well, it's a very tricky thing, and you are selling us out.
Well, that's the truth, man.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, this is 3,000 miles and Jambo Radio. We're live here. You can follow us on social media, and we've been talking about the dating culture. We have an interesting personality in the building. My co-host as well, Kay, is with me. So, Baron, let's talk about relationship and therapy. I see African people go through a lot, but that therapy, my mom lost my dad. My mom never went to therapy. She survived on her own through Bible passages and video. So, what do you think about therapy and relationship?
Well, generally, you know that Africans here or Nigerians, we don't do therapy. I don't know why, but we don't do it. And again, with religion, we just depend on God to handle everything. You bury your head in your Bible, you go to church, you likely more complain to your pastor or go to your pastor than go to
for therapy. Yeah. But don't you think that having someone to talk to like a pastor and using the Bible passages also to console you is a form of therapy?
Yeah, it is. Well, we don't believe in going to pay someone to, tell us what you might want to hear or whatever will make us feel better. Generally.
For the laughs, someone advised that you shouldn't go for therapy in Nigeria, that his own therapist threatened him that he's going to report him to the police.
But funny enough, this thing is so funny, but it's true. I was reading on social media, somebody posted, he said after a therapist, what did they do me? The woman dashed me money. So it's funny. We Africans I don't feel I should go for a therapy if I have a relationship issue. Why should I go and pay someone? When you have you have people who listen for free. Yeah. Your pastor will listen. Your pastor is your therapist. But I've seen white people who drag their black boyfriend and say we must go for therapy to make this relationship
and
work.
They say it's not a black
and they are telling you if you don't go for therapy, we're done. I'm like, we're done. I'm not going to. We'll be done.
I mean, see where we come from now. Everything we've been through in like Nigeria, for example.
It's therapeutic on its own.
Yeah.
I see too much to go for therapy. To be honest to you, you see this dating thing.
Like I posted something on my Facebook. I said, I told therapist, waiting I don't face for my life. Now she they cry. Now me they beg.
No, the thing is for white people, when it comes to dating, they have a lot of their exposure is different. You understand the thing? They see relationship as something they should enjoy. You understand? That's where the line comes in. They see relationship as this is something I should enjoy and be happy. But you see black folks, they see relationship as something that is a necessity, something I should do because of pressure. That's why I say a white person doesn't care if she's 50. She'll tell you, I'm single. I'll date when I want. I'll date someone when I find love.
Yes, and
somebody who's 50 finding love.
It's so amazing. I talked to some at work. They tell you, well, when I was married to my second husband, before I married this my third, I'm like, this is a thing that you should be ashamed of in Africa.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
now I'm starting to understand that everybody feels I'm going to die once, so I don't want to live this life on bad experiences. If you are not giving me the happiness I want. It's a very tricky thing to pitch your tent with African culture and this culture and say this culture is wrong. This is absolutely right.
The thing is, sometimes I tend to wonder because that's why I said it has its pros and its cons. For them, for white people, they feel happiness is key. So the men that are with you, they don't care if they've done like 20. I've seen people who've stayed together for 20 years, and the next thing they tell you that we are not happy together. We think it's time to go our separate ways. There was this lady it really touched me because honestly, I was one who was envy that relationship. She's a film star, Megan Good. She's American. She was dating this pastor, Franklin Devon or something. He's a pastor. The relationship was so nice because the guy was always standing up for her. There was a day I watched one of their videos where he was having a talk show with her, like a live show, and one of the ladies stood up and was like, "You as a pastor's wife, you shouldn't be dressing this way." And the man stood up there and like, "She's my wife. She dresses the way that pleases my eyes." And people were applauding for you to stand up to your wife in public as a pastor. So when the relationship crashed, I was like, "What's happening?" And the girl said, "I wasn't happy." I was like, "But you would have tried." You know, understand? She was African. First of all, she was African. She would have thought about the fact that, first of all, I be pastor wife. Waiting my congregation will talk. So you see that thing has the way it helps us mitigate our relationship.
That word help again can also come in a way it ties us. So that's why I said it's a very tricky terrain to pitch your tent with an absolute concept or fact that this is the fact. But what I just see is when two cultures are met together,
there should be a juxtaposition of cultures.
Yes. So,
but Dimeji, I want to put you on the spot now.
Right.
Would you rather date a white woman or a black woman?
Well, too late. I'm married, and this.
No. Let's take out the ring, take out everything. Just imagine when you came to Scotland, you were single. Yeah,
for curiosity, I would like to have tried, just for curiosity. But I'm someone who. I said to myself long time ago that I don't care if the black person comes from Brazil. I'm not really, or Haiti or Jamaica, but I'm just this. I'm really so black.
Yeah,
I'm just so black.
you love the sisters,
yeah.
You love the sisters. That's my guy. That's my guy.
So Brian, what about you? So you feel you love the sisters more than the white sisters?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you had an opportunity to try a white girl right now for dating, you won't do it. You probably had like a black girl and a white girl with exactly. I know it's hard to see two people with exact same traits,
features.
But probably have a white girl and a black girl has like almost same traits with a few differences. What would you do?
Black girl, definitely the sister. I'm going for the sister, yeah.
Man,
but funny enough for me, I probably would try dating a white girl because I like to have that experience.
Yeah, I said
where we have to share the bills 50-50. No, honestly, it's because. Sometimes I tend to wonder, like, everything has to be shared 50-50. Don't worry, I'll take care of you, take care of me. And it's good, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said, if I'm being selfish here, I'll probably want to have a white girl with a white financial mentality,
with a
touch of black homely mentality.
Yeah, it's quite... I'm not always happy to be the one to draw curtain to all episodes, but whatever has a beginning always have an ending.
And someone has to do it. It's so unfortunate you always.
So yeah, we'll be drawing the curtain for today's program. It's been 3,000 miles, your favorite immigration program. It's me, Dimeji Sodeke and K, my brother, my co-host as well. And today we've really talked about a topic, although we would have loved it to be longer than this. It's something that I know we have a lot to say, but quite unfortunately we have to end it. And thank you so much, Mr. Burren. I hope that next time we call you, you'll be able to, maybe by then you would have even you bring your white, you would have changed your mind.
You'd have changed your mind. I'll change your mind.
And to the beautiful Serena behind the curtain. She's been the one producing us publicly and producing us secretly as well. You know what I say? The Kenyan pretty, and we want to say a big thank you to Jambo Radio staff, everybody. We say we love you, and to you guys that have been following us. And yeah, I can see some people on social media live. Yeah, thank you for your comments and everything. Next week is going to be another topic, another interesting session. We're going live next week.
Yeah, we're going live. Please. So
live.
Next week we're going to have the lines are going to be open, so you can we'll have a time for you to call in and actually say one or two things if you want to talk to us, have contributions, and everything. So we're going live next week, so it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So our fans, just stay out there, and peace be unto you. Peace be unto you.
Cheers.